Hi everyone, it's Judy from Killlink. Welcome to our webinar today. It's really an exciting day. I know many of you have been waiting for this day for over a year since we announced the P3. I'm also very excited and can't wait to show you more of the P3 today. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for your patience, your trust, and your support. I understand that over the past year, many of our customers have become increasingly anxious, especially from our partners, because it takes longer than what we expect. But finally, it's here. And back to our topic for today, elevate your streaming with P3. So the P3 is a professional streaming product designed for your remote production, transmission, and also live streaming. And in today's webinar, I will mainly cover three parts. The first will be a detailed explanation of the P3, including the features, the benefits, and also from both the hardware and the software side, as well as the server parts. So previously, there is a screen showing you our setup. So actually, this time we are actually using the P3 to do the streaming. And the second part would be, I will walk you through of the P3's interface, detailed functions, and also I will do a little bit live demonstration through the Killlink server. And the last part will be the Q&A. So please just drop your questions in the Q&A window, and any time if you have any questions, and I will try to get you an answer later. So of course, as I mentioned, we use the P3. So the reason why we actually use the P3 to capture the video and do the streaming is actually we want to give you the real-time, the video to actually see the P3 in action, including its streaming quality and also the smoothness. I believe right now on YouTube or some other platforms, I'm not sure if Facebook is also, but you probably can see directly the video streaming from the P3. So the reason is we want to show you the readiness of the P3 and also the reliability, of course, just to show you our confidence. Then let's formally begin. So before we dive into the product details, I want to ask you a question. What do you expect from a bonding encoder? What's your ideal one? So I believe there will be a lot of the keywords, and you probably already see. So I believe that's actually what we heard, or we received the feedback from our customers. They want the reliable one. It should be cheap. It should be easy to use. There's no subscription cost for the server, and they can choose 4G or 5G, depends on the real application or the desire. And it should be global version. It should have a better battery for long time streaming. Of course, high image quality, low latency, etc. So that's exactly what we want when we start the designing of the new product, the P3. So everyone knows our first generation of the bonding encoder, the P1 and the P2. So although the P1 and P2 were very popular and also good, I have to say, but still due to the hardware limitation, it's really hard to meet all the requirements. Then we were thinking how we can really design a new product that could meet all those needs of our customers for either the live streaming, for the remote production. So simply we want the new product, the P3, to address all the shortcomings of the P1 and the P2, while also we try to include all the features we mentioned above. To make the live streaming easy, anytime, anywhere, without any limitations. So when we designed the P3, we considered how to make the units more professional. Of course, it should be more reliable and also flexible for our customers, while still we should be cost effective, it should be affordable. And thinking of that, so that comes the P3 with the features like the 6 channels of the network bonding. So we want to get more network connections. So at least this time we get the P3 with 4 channels of 4G or 5G, plus the Wi-Fi and also the Ethernet, and it should be modularized design. And we got 2 batteries. It should be hot swappable, allowing the continuous streaming without any interruption. And also, of course, it should be dual inputs, both SDI and HDMI, and also you can support H.265. Obviously, there should be a touch screen to preview and manage the P3. And also, we still offer the bonding server, and it's free, it's self-hostable without any subscription cost. And also, our point will be, we provide unlimited device connections. And also, another point is the protocols we are using, sending the videos from the server to either the platform or to any of your receivers would be the standard protocols. And we try to support more different protocols to fit different, applications. So that will be easier, and it will be more convenient and flexible, and of course, save the cost. So we provide all those options and the flexibilities without any restrictions, just to ensure you have the whole control of your P3 without, combining with any of the service provider. And then let's just move on to the details. The first I would like to talk about is still the touch screen. So you see the P3 has a 4.3-inch LCD display. It's touch screen. So when we first sell the P1 and the P2, our customers are always asking us, can you get a display on top of it? But, of course, the P1 and P2 were not possible because of the hardware limits. But now with the P3, of course, we designed a screen allowing you to preview the video inputs. So right now with this demo device, I didn't actually connect the video input, so you see the blue screen. But when you connect with any of the video sources, you will be able to preview the video. And also you will be able to manage the device settings. You can check the status. So it's very user-friendly and also very simple to use, to operate, and configure all the parameters. And of course, later in the second session, I will be able to show the details, and probably later you can see the menu. And then talk about the input of the P3. As I mentioned, the P3 has dual inputs. So for various scenarios, you probably have different use. You need to use different cameras. So previously for our P1 and P2, you will always need to make the decision. You choose either of one of them, or you buy both. With the P3, we have integrated 2 into 1. The SDI can support up to 1080p 60, and HDMI can be up to 4K 30. So that means you don't need to worry about your cameras or your scenarios. One P3 can work for everything. And also, the P3 can support H.265 codec, which means it can allow you to save the bandwidth while also maintain the same image quality. Or alternatively, you can get a higher image quality at the same bit rate. So this feature is particularly very useful for areas where the network probably is not good, or if the network cost is really high. So using the H.265 can save the bandwidth. And also moving to the network connectivities, as we mentioned, the P3 can support 6 channels of the 4G, 5G, Wi-Fi, and the Ethernet. So you see here we got Ethernet ports. And also the key difference from our products, if comparing with any of the ones on the market, is our modularized design. So you can simply open the device. Okay, let me show you. So you can open it and you see how we design it. So this actually is a kind of modularized design. So that means you can start with 4G now and upgrade to 5G simply by adding a 5G modems into the P3 without replacing the whole device. And you can mix and match the 4G and the 5G modules based on your needs. You can choose one 5G or two 5G or all of them 4G. And this flexibility allows you to tailor your own setup according to your specific requirements. What you just need to do is simply insert your 4G or 5G SIM card inside of the device. So here you can see. Okay, here, yes. So worth mentioning is the 4G or 5G modules are global versions. That means you don't need to purchase the additional products for different regions. For example, if you are from the US and if you want to stream the Olympic Games in Paris now, you can just use the existing P3, the existing modules without buying a new one or worrying if it can work or not. Also, I want to mention the antennas on the modem. So you probably can notice the P3 has the internal antennas. The reason why we actually use the internal antennas rather than the external ones is you just imagine, you see the 5G modem here. You see how many antennas we have? So each 5G modem has 4 antennas. So if you are going to use 4 modems of 5G, so altogether how many? That would be 16. So that's really a lot, and it's really hard to manage the external antennas on a very compact device. So, but of course, by the way, this is actually showing you how to identify if you are having the 4G modem or the 5G modem. So the 5G got 4 antennas and the 4G got 2 antennas. So you probably can see the P3, if comparing with our P1 and the P2, you can see it's much bigger. So initially when our customers saw the P3 by the first glance, they asked me why we build the P3 so big. So actually the antennas are one of the key points. So we are using the internal antennas. So signal is becoming very important for reliable connectivity. So the larger size of the P3 can actually give us more space to keep the modules, the antennas connection more reliable and more stable. So this design actually makes sure the signal strength and also even when we use the P3 in a very poor signal quality areas, the connection is very reliable as well. And when you see the products, on the markets, you probably see there are compact products, and still they claim, okay, we can do 6 or 8 or even more of the modules. One question that we would always need to think about is how they can really keep the signal isolated with each other, because for 4G, 5G, the signal is easily gets interacted by each other. So for KillView, we actually have done a lot of the tests, and also we adjust the angles of each antenna to make sure of the maximum connectivity. But of course, our idea, or what we learned is it's not really the truth. The more modems you have with the bonding encoder, the better connectivity it will be. And also for the modularized design, I would like to mention the Wi-Fi module. As we mentioned, we can also support Wi-Fi. So we actually have a Wi-Fi module inside of the units. So you can see this is not only just Wi-Fi. Of course, it can connect the wireless network, but also we have SD card slots for recording. So that means you can do the streaming and recording simultaneously. Please note the Wi-Fi module is included when you buy the P3, but the 4G and the 5G modules are sold separately. So you will need to buy any of the modules according to your own solution, and you can customize your own solution. And also, the feature with the Wi-Fi module is we can support the hotspot function. So with the hotspot function, this allows you to connect the P3 through Wi-Fi as well. For example, if you are doing any kind of film production and then you want to get access to the P3 web UI, so when there are no other network available, then you can simply connect the P3 network through Wi-Fi, and you can easily get access to the web UI to manage or monitor all those things. But this, the Wi-Fi here, the hotspot is just using the single network. It's not using the bonded network, so it's not really suitable for the very intensive use. And also, as I mentioned, the recording can be on the SD card. So the reason we use SD card, we choose the SD card is because actually we think it's more common for the production, for professional use, if comparing with the TF card or some of the small cards. But of course, for the P3, except the SD card recording, the P3 can also support the USB recording with the recorded files to MOV and also MP4 formats. And also on the setting menus, later you will see we have different strategies for you to choose, and the recording process can be very easy and straightforward. You can stop the recording. You can customize your own solution. You can cut the files according to the size, the length of the video, or any of the other strategies. So as previously we mentioned, it can support the USB recording. So the USB ports can also support some other functions like the intercom function. So simply you just need to connect a USB headset to the P3, and then working together with KillView intercom server, the KIS systems. So you will be able to connect the P3 to any of the other devices, your mobile phone, your web UI, and that can actually facilitating your communication with anyone between like the director, the producer, the cameraman, for your field production or your live streaming. So that would be really convenient, and also will save you quite a lot of the cost, as you don't need to buy any third-party system. And also here you see we have 3.5 millimeter audio here. So, we can support the line-in, so that allows you to integrate both the audio from the embedded SDI HDMI audio, or as well as the analog one. So the P3, both the SDI and the HDMI, can support 4 channels of the audio, so you can combine and manage different audio sources. So this is actually a significant upgrade if comparing with our previous generation, our previous P1 and P2, and makes the P3 more professional. And then, the P3 is designed for outdoor use. So for those mobile shooting, then battery is always something our customers will care about. So how can we really get the P3 streaming without the battery change? Or even if we change the battery, it will not stop the streaming. Then the P3 can help you there, because we actually designed it with 2 batteries. So we got the both internal one and external one. The external one actually is replaceable, and the capacity of the internal one is up to 3,500 milliamp hour, and also the external one can be up to 7,000 milliamp hour. So that's really very big capacity. The external battery actually alone, it can support up to 3 hours of streaming, while the external one can even support longer. So overall, the P3 can support up to 6 or even 9 hours, depending on the usage and also the signals if you are using 4G, 5G, if the signal is strong or not. And the system first will use the external one here, and also later it will automatically switch to the internal one once the external battery runs out. So this design can ensure the continuous streaming without stop the streaming process. And even here, if I take out the external battery, let me try. So you see I'm taking out. So actually the P3 is still powered on. It will not stop the streaming. And then let me push it back. And also the external battery can be purchased separately. Next would be about the outdoor streaming. When talk about outdoor streaming, then sometimes we will concern about the temperature management. So this is also another concern for our customers, especially if our customers are from the environments like in Dubai or in Las Vegas. So from the very beginning, when we design the P3, we always think how we can really handle the P3 working in high temperature effectively and continuously without any problem. So inside of the P3, we actually designed up to 4 internal cooling fans, and the speed of the cooling fan can be adjustable automatically based on the temperature sensor. So if the unit turned out to be hot, then the cooling speed will be higher than normal. But normally, if the temperature is cool enough, then you probably cannot see the cooling fan is working, so it's all automatic. So this all ensures the device to keep good performance, even if it's in hot conditions. And we have also done quite a lot of the testings in our laboratories. So we have put the P3 in the oven. We set the temperature to 55 degrees Celsius and keep streaming. There is no problem. And additionally, right now, it's summertime here in Killlink office where we are located. The temperature is up to 40 degrees Celsius. And every day we get the P3 doing live streaming, and sometimes we get sunshine directly on the P3 and keep working. There is no problem. We can make sure of the reliable streaming. So it's really robust. And another point would be, the portability and the protection. For field production, we understand this is very important. So here, if you purchase the P3, we will provide a free backpack. So this one is customized for the P3, and right now we offer at no cost. So this is designed to protect the P3 against rain, sunshine, the shocks, while also it's very compact, you see, and also very light. It has kind of a window, dedicated window for the operation for the touch screen, while also there are pockets to store the external batteries and some other accessories. And also the bottom parts would be, it's openable, so you will be able to connect the P3, different interfaces, the cables here. So, and also you see the side parts, we also have like the ventilation holes to make sure the P3 can work continuously, even if we get the P3 inside of the backpack and it will not get hot. Then after finishing the hardware parts introduction, and then let's see how the P3 hardware will work with the bonding server. So from the screen, you probably can see the diagram. So you see how the workflow of the P3 and also the bonding server working together. So the P3 itself is an H.265 encoder that can get the video and encode it into the video data, and also, based on the bonding technology, we will send all those data video into the bonding server through different networks available, either 4G, 5G, Wi-Fi, or Ethernet, based on the the network available, and connecting to the Killlink. The Killlink technology is a patented technology of KillerView. So then from the server part, of course, based on the patented technology, we will have a lot of the details, how to keep the streaming very reliable. But from the server side, we will receive the data, and we will get it back to every frame of the videos, and then send the video streams based on different protocols. And of course, depends on whatever you need. You can use it for live streaming, you can use for the production, or you can directly get it back to SDI or HDMI, choosing a decoder. And if you compare with our previous generation of the products, now the P3 is working with the Killlink Server Pro, which is an upgraded version of the bonding technology. So this actually is the reason why the delivery of the P3 was delayed. We of course we want to make sure the reliability, while also to make this working is not an easy job. There will be a lot of tests and the tunings, and sometimes even we finish the development and we realize, okay, this is not perfect, and then we need to do it again. Overall, there's a lot of work, and we have invested a lot of time and energy, but finally it's here. So talking about the Killlink Server Pro, if compared with our previous generation, first, this one is getting more stable and more reliable. So we upgraded the bonding algorithm to make it more stable and improve the bonding efficiency. That means in the same condition, the performance of the Killlink Server Pro can provide more bandwidth to provide make sure of the higher image quality transmission and also more stable. And also we optimized the automatic bandwidth balance, which can also quickly and accurately detect the available bandwidth of each connection, which can actually allocate the data of the video to different connections more reasonably, and also make sure of the reliability of the streaming, even when the network has some kind of fluctuation or jitter, then we can still make sure, even at very maybe the bad network environment, the streaming is still very reliable and smooth. And of course, the second part will be, the Killlink Server Pro can support more protocols if comparing with our previous generation. So with the new technology, we will be able to support not only RTMP, RTSP, SRT, UDP, HAS, but also this time we are introducing the NDI-HX support. So this is really unique feature. Probably we are the only one that can directly send the NDI from the server to get the NDI from any of the bonding devices without any other conversion. And directly you can get the video to your remote studios, to any of the NDI-enabled third-party either software or the remote production systems. So this is really an exciting feature. And also, the streams sending from the server is using, as I previously mentioned, we are just using the standard protocols. But I know on the market, we have quite a lot of different companies also doing the bonding with the bonding technology. But what they stream probably is not a kind of a standard one. The result probably is good, but the result sometimes will be, if you want to return it back to SDI or HDMI, then you will need to either buy a specific decoder or a kind of receiving server. Well, for KillerView, what you just need to do, if you want to receive the SRT or any of the other streams, you directly get the video from the server, And any of the standard decoders, either the KiloView D350 or the D260 or any of the other brands can be used, and also it will automatically get back to SDI or HDMI. And also, I would like to mention, right now the Killlink Server Pro is combining our previous Killlink Server Free and also the server for bonding together. That means you can use one single server, one platform to do both the device management and also bonding, and all can be managed through your browser, so it will be very easy to use. You can monitor the device status, you can manage all the network connections, you can check in the bonding status, the data, you can preview the streams, you can directly send the streams to from the server. Also, you will be able to manage like the firmware, you can upgrade, you can reset, and also directly get access to the web UI of the device to change any of the settings. So overall, there will be a lot of functions. And one last thing that keeps not changed is the Killlink Server Pro is still free and is self-hostable. So probably KiloView is the only one that offers you this kind of business model, and it will be forever free. So the KiloView, the Killlink Server Pro will be self-hostable without any kind of subscription or additional payments. So we provide the server software for free on GitHub. So what you just need to do is to prepare a Linux operation system, either on-premise, on your PC, or on the cloud server. So this allows you to set up the server, and you can own the server by yourself. You can make sure of the security, and also you can save the cost. You don't need to pay any extra cost for any of the vendors. So, but of course, it's still based on Linux. But this time we have simplified the installation process. We heard from our customers previously. They complained that probably they are not really that professional with Linux background. So it's really hard to set up the server. But this time we have simplified the whole process to make it just the one command to go. And also it just proved it to be very, very easy. And yeah, you can get all those videos, the guides from our website. Overall, you probably can see the P3 is really, really powerful and unique if comparing with any of the other products on the market. It offers a lot of the flexibility and also reliability, affordability, plus the extra benefits from the KiloView ecosystem, especially the Killlink Server Pro. Choosing the P3 means you are choosing a comprehensive solution, and that can help you save a lot of the cost. So I think I've already talked too much because I'm really, really, really exciting. So first I will show a small video for you, and later I will come back. Don't move. into the real interface, the touch screen, and also the menus of the P3. I just let me turn on the P3. I think it's already on. So as previously we mentioned, the live streaming today, the main camera shooting me is connecting to a P3. So you probably can see, okay, here, I'm here. So the camera is connecting the HDMI to the P3, and then we send the video into a cloud-based server, the Killlink server. So from the workflow, you can see we set our bitrate to 6 megabytes. We use 2 channels of 5G plus Wi-Fi and also Ethernet. So we want to go to the cloud server to show you the real workflow and also shows it really works. So probably the real-time video stream can be seen from the YouTube maybe, but definitely what you see here, the video is from the P3. So first we transmit the video to the server, and from the server we are sending SRT to our studio here with all the other feeds to the production system. Here we are using vMix. But probably you will ask why you just set the bitrate to 6 megabytes. The reason is as we are doing the webinar here in China, we use Teams. So sometimes the upload bandwidth is really very limited. So even if we set a very high bandwidth, probably you still cannot see it. But also we need to make sure the streaming, the webinar goes well. But actually for our real-time test, we have done quite a lot of the tests outside and also using different network connections under different conditions. We can make sure at least like 40 megabytes streaming continuously without any problem. And then let's move on to the P3. The P3, actually, you see we have a kind of touch screen. So not sure if you can see it clearly. So probably adjust a little bit of the angle. Is it better? So, okay, this way. So as we have the touch screen design, so it's really easy to check and manage almost all the functions through the screen. So the entire UI of the touch screen is very simple. We have the network navigation area, the shortcuts for some of the basic information, and also the menu, and also the bottom information area. So the top left is for the network. So this device is just for the demo, so you probably can see if I directly touch it, we can go to the network settings. It's a kind of shortcut. So you can simply just manage some of the basic operations. You can see the network status, and also you will be able to modify some of the network settings. While at the same time, you can see all the APNs of your SIM card. Now here we only got one 4G inside of the device, and there's the only network we connect. And the top right area, there's some kind of information area for you to choose the battery, the data you are using, as well as there will be the shortcuts for start or stop the streaming, stop the recording. So it's also very convenient. You can directly modify the bit rate, and also you will be able to do some kind of settings. So this is the preview area right now. If you touch it, then it will turn to full screen, and the touch again, it will get back. The right part will be the menus. So you will be able to see the source. You can see you choose either SDI or HDMI, H.264, H.265, what bit rates, what frame rates, and also just very basic settings. Very straightforward and direct. And for bonding parts, that's the configuration of connecting to the bonding server. So you will be able to input the server address, the port, and also just if you want to turn on the encryption or not, and also you will be able to select which network to join the bonding. So it's all very, very easy. And for the settings, that's all the basic settings. As previously we mentioned, you can check the status, you can check the system, you can switch between different languages, and also all those basic ones. You can check the network settings. And also for recording, as we mentioned, there will be a lot of options for like the file formats, how you want to trim the videos. So in general, that's very easy, and almost all the basic information will be available through the touch screen. And also the bottom part will show you what's the current status if you were using SDI, HDMI, what's the resolution, and also the bit rates, and that's just generally all the information you will need to check. And of course, similar like any of the other KiloView encoders, the P3 also have web UI, and everything seems to be very similar like any of our other encoders. And of course, the web UI is accessible either directly by inputting the IP address, or you can also get through our Killlink Server Pro. And later I will show you how you can get through our Killlink Server Pro to the web UI of the P3. And then let's move on. Previously, as we mentioned, how to set up the Killlink Server Pro is quite easy. So we have the detailed introduction videos and also documents. You just follow that. And right now here you can see from the screen, we have a Killlink Server Pro installed, and we just directly get access through a browser. After login, then you will see the main interface, the home page. So from the home page, you will be able to see all the devices. You will be able to see all the connected devices, not only the P3 but all the KiloView devices, including our encoders, decoders, our NDI devices, everything. And of course, the P3. Right now, we have renamed the P3, but this one shows the main camera. So if we directly collect this device, you will see we can get access to the web UI of the P3. And from the web UI, you probably can see this area is our video preview area. And here at the bottom, you can see there are quite a lot of the shortcuts functions like the save area, the center cross. You can do the PDZ settings, but I'm not going to show you the details. You can overlay some of the text or even images. You will be able to mirror the video, so you probably can even see from the streams. And you can start or stop the recording by clicking here. And also for the preview, right now we are previewing the video, but you can also switch to the image mode to save a little bit of your network resources. And the right part, there will be, we will have the video source, audio source settings. So you can choose H.264, H.265 encoding. You can choose the video source from HDMI or SDI, and audio source either from HDMI or from the line in. And that's very basic. So probably you can see from our menu. So you can just set if it's the bit rate control, what's the bit rate, what's the gulf size, and from the audio part, you can also choose which encoding method and also the sampling rate. So that's very general and basic, but also here you will be able to see the status. So we will show you the battery status, we will show you if the cooling fan is on or not, and also the temperature, the memory, storage, and all those details. Here, the left bottom area is the bonding settings. So that means you will be able to connect to the bonding server or disconnect with the bonding server by one click here. And through the settings, you will be able to configure the bonding server, the ports and all those settings, like if you turn on the encryption, if you turn on the automatic bitrate adjustments. And here you see we are connecting the Ethernet to 5G, 4G, right? Okay, so that's generally what we are using here. And the right part shows the bonding status. So you can see each connection, how many data sending, and also the total, the round trip time, and all those basic information. So then if we turn back and from the device image, the device page, so as we are connecting to the bonding server in the cloud, so you see the page comes a little bit slower, but everything is here. So if we click the P3, so you see this is, oh sorry, I'm entering to the maintenance mode. So I will need to turn off the maintenance mode, and then you will be able to see the details as well. So here you can generally see the basic information as we previously mentioned, and if we click here, then we can also get into the details. If we click the preview window, you can see here. So maybe you will see there is a little bit latency because we are adding some, the buffer time here. So you see, for the Killlink Server Pro, we will detect the network jitter within 5 minutes. We will give you some reference, and you can, just get to know the network status, and also you can decide how much buffer time you are going to add into this server. So here you see the general jitter time is around 500 milliseconds, and we are putting the buffer time to be 1,000 milliseconds, so that's 1 second. So that means, of course, it introduced a little bit latency, but overall, if the network is good enough and you don't have those kind of buffer time, and according to our real-time test, if using like a decoder to receive the videos from the server, normally we can get the latency within 1 second. So that's actually the the secret of our Killlink server. But overall, you see it's really very easy. And also, you will be able to do some other management, the configuration and everything. All the settings you done from the Killlink server will automatically synchronize with the device. So it will take effect immediately and also synchronize with the device. And of course, if you want to do a stream, so right now you can see we are doing SRT, sending to our studio, and also we are sending to Simona. So both of the videos are already now streaming. So if you want to add a more stream, you can directly click the add button. So you can name it, you can see all those protocols, including the RTMP, XSP for live streaming, SRT for remote, and also even NDI-HX. So different protocols will have different settings. That's the same as all our other devices, but NDI-HX is newly introduced. And of course, if you want to stop all of the streams, directly stop all or start all, one point, as we previously mentioned from the KiloView side, we don't actually limit you how many streams you want to you can add with one device from the server, and also for how many devices connecting to the Killlink Server Pro, there is also no limits. So right now you can see our server, we have connected quite a lot of the devices, not only for the bonding and also the device management. You can easily manage the users. So that means you can group different users and giving them different, like the user group, you can give them different permissions. And also for firmware management, you will be able to upload all different firmwares, and then you can manage that. And of course, if we get back to the maintenance mode, so let me see, okay. So if we turn to the menu, and if we turn on the maintenance mode, that means for all the devices, we will be able to, you select all of them, you can one-click restart, you can one-click reset, or you can also do all those kind of other management. So overall, with the Killlink Server Pro, is really, really very powerful, and yeah, that's almost all of that. The last part, I would like to share you the news that KiloView will be at IBC showcasing, of course, the P3 Mini, as well as our whole ecosystem. So if you want to experience it, or if you want to talk with us, give us any of your feedback, please do visit us at Hall 8D20. And of course, if you can't wait until IBC time because it's another 1 month to go, then you can buy it now. Call your local dealers, contact our authorized distributors, place your order, and then you can start playing with it. We have already got plenty of stock, and you can start experience the P3, the professional, flexible, and also the cost-effective bonding encoder without the server cost. So yes, just do it now, buy the P3, and share with us your ideas and the feedback. Time is limited, and thank you so much for joining us today. I will see you soon. Bye.